This video is going to be a walkthrough of how our product is implemented on Internet Computer. UFOstart is a global and decentralized community of marketing and Web3 enthusiasts. Together we're building a resilient, reactive and automated marketing advisor that connects both the Internet Computer's technology and the human input from our community. You may ask why we're building such a product. Around the world there are so many marketing experts that are limited by their resources. In UFOstart, we gather these professionals who use their knowledge and skills to build a versatile marketing solution for blockchain projects and overall contribute to the growth of the Web3 industry. The reason why we want to build on Internet computers are our core values. We want to empower the idea of a global marketing expert community with the power of Internet computers tech stack to achieve a truly decentralized marketing solution. How does our product fit in the social fi category? First, we make sure that our experts get incentivized to contribute to building our product with rewards, such as an UFOstart token. Second, we provide a broad portfolio of marketing experts that are entirely accountable for the knowledge that they contribute. And finally, in our community, we empower visibility and decentralized governance with the technology provided by Internet Computer.
Okay, let's continue with our prototype demonstration. First of all, we want to fully integrate into the IC ecosystem and use the full potential of other projects. Currently, we are listed on Kinnick with our main launch site of UFOstart, and we want to be listed here because we believe our target audience is looking into tools like Kinnick, and also we are quite impressed in this tool, which was also developed as a part of the hackathon. We really liked it, and yeah, okay, so let's check. If we click on the link here or on search, we actually finding UFOstart, and it will take us to our main page. But let's assume that we get to our actual landing page for the hackathon, which will follow next. Here on this landing page, we find the website for implementing our UFOstart marketing API from a community member's point of view. As said in the intro, we are completely building on our community and basically providing a REST API as UFOstart to create marketing plans. Here is one such a case in collaboration with the Milgen project. These two projects work very closely together, both in terms of the team and thematically also. Our project is called WEB3 Empowered Marketing Advisor because only through Web3 the resilience is achieved through the IC Internet Computer, because we are able to replicate the solution on many canisters directly on chain. And yeah, also we have a small pitch here to explain what the product is based on. We have over 200 marketing experts who are able to contribute in our ecosystem. Yeah, and following the example of the district project, we basically built a landing page on the IC, and we find it very successful from district. We have basically created 3 buttons to handle the internet ID. On the first button, users can log in and then continue with the product, while the other button leads to the creation to an internet ID. And since the internet ID is still very new, we take the same approach and redirect to appropriate sources from Dfinity about the internet ID. And if we click here on the button, we will go through the process of the internet identity, which will follow now. Here we are in the internet identity process, and we can log in as usual as with other projects which are built on the IC. For this we only need the anchor and simply run the process, start session, and your browser should ask for your fingerprint. Yep. And after the internet identity process, we get to the form which is behind our authentication. And here we ask for the input criteria of the blockchain startups that should be on the IC. We go through this from step by step, and at the end we are basically just catch the collected data object and get our output based on our decision engine behind our API. So now we fast forward. This data was entered in advance by the UFOstart contributors. In this case, a small kickback in the form of UFOstart tokens would be paid to the decision owner after the use of our API. So when the data is called, the UFOstart contributor for the marketing knowledge would participate. Let's take a look at the marketing plan, how it should come out after we submit this change. And now where we submitted our input fields, the browser gives us a CSV output to make it theoretically embeddable everywhere, and further the format would be also JSON, but we choose the CSV file for the overview we opened here. And here we can see very nicely what the startup has to do in its marketing. We have higher level marketing strategies as attributes, and these have so-called actions, what must be done specifically to achieve the attribute. Let's take the first one as an example, the golden circle. This attribute has a further description and a link to get more information about the topic. And in the future, these data fields will also be equipped or get more metadata with experts, and their LinkedIn profiles will be supplied to enable directly contact if necessary to the experts. The actions will then be logged underneath each with their own metadata relevant to fulfillment. And however, these are only data for the time now. To visualize, we have the build-in as a community project, and this we will look into now. So after we clicked on the submit button in the form, the application that Million built on the internet computer opens, and with the marketing plan from the UFOstart API. We are using currently in base 64 string, which are passed with a Million build URL, and this also calls then our UFOstart API. The return of this request is a marketing plan which fits into the Million taskboard like we see here. If we hit open, we can see the marketing plan in general, and here we can see our input fields which are passed through. On the right side, we are able to see our task, which could contain subtasks, like here the golden circle. This also could contain very specific tasks on the right side. And yes, now equipped with the marketing plan, the blockchain startup can get started and promote awareness. So let's move on. Yes, Million is an excellent representation, and we also support the project as we absolutely share the vision. And maybe Million updated their frontend for the hackathon, so it may look like different than now in this recording. But I want you to understand that Million is able to show our marketing plan from UFOstart very, very good. Now let's get to the underpoint. So, and last, as already mentioned, we are a social fry project. It would also be good to add open chat connections to the individual topics in order to directly ask the contact person or the expert from a attribute. And the entire UFOstart community is for individual attributes or actions responsible. This is only an idea how we would implement other aspects and projects of the internet computer with our community and with our project UFOstart. And here's just an example. I've gotten an advice from the UFOstart community to develop a golden circle, and now I want to get in touch with the community, and especially maybe with the expert in personal. And now we have to wait. And now we got in feedback. Hi, did you get my marketing advice to create a golden circle? I hope you like the idea and we can connect each other. I would like to help you guys out. And this is some decentralized community who help their customers. It's as closely as a DAO can get. And we would love this idea to follow out and implement this in the future. But this step I will look into in the further finishing steps. Thank you for the walkthrough. Now we going to architecture, the limitations and our roadmap for the next time. After our demonstration, we would like go a little deeper in the tech, and we try to figure out how to make our architecture visible for the submission. But we have found a way to present it to you and how we want to use the IC technology regarding to what actually meets our needs. And here we have a little storyboard where we matching UFOstart values with IC technology, and I going fast forward through this, and we want to create a big marketing DAO, and we are looking very forward to the upcoming new technology for DAO as a service, like the SNS from the Definity. And next is that we want to verify as a community member or become an expert. Here we using the internet identity for the authentication. The knowledge and the ownerships belong to the community forever. Here we are looking into the chain key technology provided by the IC. And UFO activities are made with a currency, and ownership should be represented as an asset. Here we are looking forward to the upcoming and tested token standard from the Definity from the IC, which can be built on the blockchain. NFT has already a good ecosystem and is well tested, but we have to wait a little more to look into the token standard for fungible tokens, like the wrapped ICP and so on. And at last the UFOstart API should be very resilient, and here we are looking forward to the canisters replicas where the service can be reproduced. And at last, I would like to introduce you our current plan of implementing our features and how we want to reach milestones. At first, we want to say that we have a scalable database already with a lot of different marketing tools and channels which are connected to each other in relations via our decider engine. The UFOstart flight plan is our marketing plan, which is actually callable and live. And since we are a community project, we want to implement a directory or marketplace. We are trying to find a name for that. For all the used integrations from our community, like the point of view, we are looking into this project in this submission. And also the REST API should get some kind of Quest API. So this is a upcoming deliverable where we want to enable the community of us to participate with little micro tasks to clean and maintain the database and keep it self-sustained. And really far in the future, if our project is being used a lot, we consider to roll out an entire protocol for marketing decisions, but at first we're trying to test and use our MVP to learn from that. And we also would like to address some challenges that we faced here in the submission in the hackathon, and where we need some more time to learn about the IC ecosystem. At first, we are very unsure about the HTTP requests between canisters and need to learn more about it. And also our actually Web2 based REST API, we would like to migrate fully on-chain as UFOstart. And also we would like to implement our contribution token, but we are unsure if we should use the IC ecosystem or using another chain, since the IC is also usable to, like Bitcoin, to implement it fully on-chain in the IC. We are waiting for the tests here, but we are guaranteed using the IC for our data hosting, and really want to build our services and logic in the IC. So that's it. This is our submission. I hope you liked it, and yeah, thank you very much.